Hello and welcome to Warm Embrace Podcast for women everywhere. And today I have a very special guest, my daughter, Corie. Hi, Corie.
Hey, Mom.
She's a little shy, but she's going to get used to it. I told her we just going to sit back and talk like we usually do, like we normally do. And that's it. So,
Go.
Corie, warm embrace is embracing who you are,
Hmm. Yeah.
embracing the you and the
Yes.
journey.
Yes.
So, Corie, tell us just a little about you.
Um, I am a single mommy. I have one child and I have many talents, but the one that I enjoy the most is doing nails. I'm also a paralegal, so I have my paralegal degree. I wear many hats, but my most favorite is being a mom to my little one. Um, and right now we're going through, well, I've been in a transition, going through a transition, and I'm trying to embrace all that comes with this transition, the good, the bad, the unexplainable, the parts that I don't understand. Um, but overall, I'm just staying true to me and doing the best that I can.
I'm so proud of you too. I'm so proud that you went to school, you got your paralegal license, you also are a licensed nail tech, and you do nails. Look, these are nails that she's done, and I've reused them over and over. These are press-on acrylic nails, and I love them. And
Thanks.
especially if you like in a profession that you can't really wear nails, you go get them done, have your press on for the weekends. What is your company name?
It is Corie Chenelle's. I'm kind of in a rebranding state right now. Trying to get me a new website built and trying to be more um I'm trying to market myself better. Try to be more brand based and not just Facebook branding, basically. But yeah, it's Corie Chenelle's. I don't have a website yet, but I'm working on it.
But where can they find you on social media?
On Facebook at Corie Chenelle's. Um, and the same on Instagram, Corie underscore Chenelle's.
Can you spell it?
Yep. First Corie, Corie, and then Chenelle's, Chenailz.
All right. And I
Yes.
would like to say that when you were saying on your journey and there's so much going on, I am proud of you because on this journey, I'm seeing how close you have become to God.
Yeah.
I'm seeing your walk with God. You're getting closer to God. You're reading, you're studying. You even are preaching to me. When we're talking on the phone, you are giving good biblical word. You are being used by God with the word. Sometimes we don't see what other people see in us.
Yeah.
You just have to be more confident.
Yeah, for sure.
I was watching somebody and they were saying when somebody asked them who they are, they already know who they are. They just, with confidence. Because who better? Because we lose people when we kind of we're not confident about ourselves. We don't.
Yeah.
And you've done a lot more than a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have no paralegal license. A lot of people don't have a nail. lights, nail tech,
Right.
actually African American.
Yeah. Yeah. I just always felt like it, and still, I just always feel like I need to do more. Like it's something more for me to do. I'll get this itch, and once that one's been scratched, I'm like, okay, what's next? Because it's something else that I'm supposed to be doing. And that is another thing that led me to my journey with, my journey getting closer to God, because I would be feeling like I didn't know who I was. I was confused. I didn't know what my purpose was. And I would be experiencing all these different hardships, and then I would feel useless. Like, what the heck? Like feel like a nobody. I'm like, it got to be something else. It got to be something more. And then that's when I started reading my word more, trying to hear God, trying to hear his voice so I can get his direction. And right now, I kind of fell off, to be honest, because I haven't been reading my word as often as I was before. Because I've just been going through a series of trials. And I felt like, I don't know, I just felt like I was so busy trying to be a soldier, trying to figure things out my own way, trying to protect myself, trying to be a soldier instead of trying to be a child, of God. Instead of being his daughter, I'm doing other things, trying to do his work.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to just be sitting back. So that kind of made me fall completely, like you move one step ahead, you fall two steps back. So I felt like I was doing the right thing, I was doing the right thing, but in the wrong way. Like Sarah Jake said, doing right wrong. I was reading and studying, but I was still doing my own thing. Yep. So I got to get back on my journey. I'm still on my journey, but I got to get back on my daily, because it's not part of my daily habit anymore like it once was.
And it's easy to get off because even last night, I got off for a minute. Yesterday, I got in the rigmarole of everyday life and stuff. And, uh, I have Rise and Shine Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 7 a.m. live, TikTok and YouTube. So automatically at nighttime, I read and I study. But yesterday it was the weekend, it's Saturday, so I get a break. So I didn't seek his face. I didn't go and pray, and I didn't read his word. So 11 o'clock at night, it was like, I miss you. You know,
Yeah.
it was like, I miss you. I'm feeling a certain type of way. I need to hear from your voice. So
Yeah.
I got up, um, and I came up here in here, and I just opened my Bible, and I'm gonna show you I'm gonna read what I opened my Bible to. And before I opened it, I said, God, I need to hear from you. I'm sorry for neglecting you today, but please give me a word. I need, and
Yeah.
he's always true to his word. And this is what he gave me. He said, all this Deuteronomy 8, all the commandments which I command thee this day shall ye observe to do, that ye may live. Is life in him.
Yeah.
Multiply and go in and possess the land which the Lord swore unto your fathers, and thou shalt remember all the way which the Lord thy God led thee those 40 years in the wilderness, to humble thee and to
Mm,
prove thee, to know what was in thine heart, whether thou would keep his commandments or not. Like,
mm,
you going in up and down in these trials, and we want to know why is this stuff happening? But just like the children of Israel, he said, because where I'm taking you, I'm going to multiply you, and I'm going to give you the land. And he said, but this is why you had to go through what you went through. This is
mhm.
why I had to prove you in the wilderness all those years. So when you get where you going, you won't forget my commandments. That was for me. It's for you
Yeah.
today. You know what I'm
Me,
saying?
100%.
Because I've been praying. I'm like, God, I'm ready. When is it gonna happen? When is you taking me to that overflow, that abundance? This what I'm thinking in all day. This was on my mind, and I kept hearing him tell me, "You're there. I'm taking you there. You're there."
Hmm.
And here he's steady telling me, "I'm taking you to possess the land."
Yeah.
And you had to be here where you're at now, and you had to be there where you was then,
Yes.
so that you are prepared to go where I'm taking you, and that you
Yeah.
won't forget my commandments. And then later on it says in here, um, if you forget, if you forget, if you serve other idols, that's your life. You know,
Hmm.
I'm preparing you because I want you strong enough not to get there. In
Right.
get all the abundance,
Mm,
everything that you desire, and
yeah.
then you say you did it,
Right.
or you're twist and forget and be like, oh, this okay, they doing it here, they doing it there, and then you lose your life
You,
because of it.
you lose your blessings. That's like, was it David when God told him to tap the rock? I mean, God told him to tell the people he was going to pour water from it, and he got upset and he hit the rock.
Moses.
So Moses, so he didn't get to make it into the promised land. He got to see it. He got a glimpse, but he didn't do what God was telling him to do because he got angry, because he got impatient by the people. And so he struck the rock instead of doing what God told him to do. And he was almost there to the promised land. He was almost there. If he would have just kept the course and kept God's word, obeyed, stayed in obedience. Because in another thing, God don't like when people quit. He don't like giver uppers. He don't like quitters. Because if you quit along your journey, if things get too hard or too difficult and you want to throw in the towel, you want to give up, then where's your faith? Where's your hope? Where's your belief? Your trust, you know? So I had to tell myself that this morning because I've been feeling a little like I'm missing something. Like I don't feel fulfilled. I feel a little emptiness, like I'm missing something. And that's because I haven't been doing my daily bread. I ain't been getting that fullness, you know? Because I've been trying to figure it out on my own still, trying to figure things out on my own, feeling like I don't
Going
have
back. Keep going
going
back
back.
to figure it out on your own. Just like Moses hitting the rock, he was there.
Mm-hmm.
He could see. Imagine you could see the promised land, but you can't go into it because of what you did. You
Yeah.
tried to figure it out on your own. And the thing about it is, Moses had been on the mountain. Moses had talked to God. Moses had been given the 10 commandments. Moses seen God feed them manna from heaven, lead them by the cloud. Moses seen all of this. And if Moses can doubt, what we think we gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah.
gonna if Moses can fall off and he been with God, he actually spoke to God, talked to God,
Yeah.
perform miracles because of God.
Yeah.
So when we the further we get from God, the emptier we feel. I went
Yeah.
one day yesterday, and last night it was like I gotta hear something. I gotta
Yeah.
hear some type of word. And then
Mm-hmm.
he gave me this, and it goes on and it says, and he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger and fed thee with manna. He let them be hungry so he could feed them.
Right. Yeah.
He let us go through stuff so he can feed us, so that
Mm,
we will know it's him.
yeah.
That's the only way we gonna know, because otherwise we gonna do what we want to do and still feel empty. Everybody out there, most people out there, uh, they're really not happy, because you can
Yeah,
have all the money in the world. You can have all the materialistic things, but if you don't have God, you're gonna be empty.
you're going to be empty. You always feel like something is missing. Never not and not knowing everything is cloudy. It feel like you got a lot to do, but you really don't. Yeah.
And you got extra time, because while the devil playing with your head, why he in there a playground, what if this, you could just open up the word and say, talk to me,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and pray. You could pray, God, talk to me, give me some peace, give me this, blah blah blah, blah.
Got to keep them in a mix.
You have to, he got to be the center of our lives,
Daily lives.
daily lives.
Not one day, not when things going good, not on your sad days, but every day.
Every day he got to be a part of your life. First thing in the morning, open up your eyes. Thank you, Father God. Just thank you for waking me up. Every
Mm-hmm.
day, you got to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Extra time, 17 says, and thou say in thine heart, hold on, I'm going to go to 16, 8 and 16. Who fed thee in the wilderness with manna, which thy fathers knew not, that he might humble thee and that he might prove thee to do thee good at thy latter end. What you're going through now is making you better in the end. And thou say in thine heart, my power and the might of my own hand have gotten me this wealth. But thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth, that he may establish his covenant, which he swore unto thy fathers, as it is this day. And he was talking to me with that last night. You trying to get wealth. You going around doing everything, but it's him that gives us power to get wealth,
Yeah.
to get peace, to get contentment. So we got to seek him when everything is look like it's going wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Because the children of Israel, they when they left Israel, they left to go to a better place, to the promised land. But when they got in the wilderness, everything, it was not what they wanted. They wanted to go back. It was so bad they wanted to go back to slavery. Nothing say that it's just gonna be so, it's gonna be something we don't like.
Yeah. Everything's gonna be attacked. Our family will be attacked. Our health will be attacked. Our finances can be attacked. Our stability, everything, all these things, it's like a battle. But nothing, but those things are of God as well, because He won't let nothing happen to us that's not going to make us better. We got an option. We gonna let it defeat us, or we gonna let it bless us. So it just depends on what you do with your trials. That's going to determine who you're going to be in the future. Because I've learned that, because one time me and you was talking, I'm just like, I'm so stressed out. Like, I just don't know what to do. Ain't nothing going good. I just feel like I'm just at the bottom. And that goes again to me trying to fix my own problems, me trying to fix everything and trying to save myself. But now I learned that bad things don't happen to you, they happen for you. Everything is meant to teach you a lesson and to give you an option to either grow or plateau, basically. And so now instead of looking at what I think is a bad situation, instead of looking at it as being a negative, I try to figure out what's the lesson that I'm supposed to be getting from this. Because, like you said, he will let the bad things happen to us and take us through all these trials and stuff, but it's for a reason because it's going to get better. But it can only get better if you know who your God is
And if it draw you to him.
and if it pulls you to him.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's meant to do.
Yeah.
The dark times, he's close to the ones. What is it? He's closest to the people who are sad in heart.
He's close to the brokenhearted.
Yeah, close to the brokenhearted. So he favors them because those are the ones that need him. And then that's another thing. Like sometimes we'll look at somebody else thinking that they getting blessed, thinking that, oh, they got the perfect life. Oh, they living so good, and not knowing what they had to go through to get there, not knowing what they've lost to get that, what they've sacrificed.
And learning how to be content in whatever state we're in, because uh God just wants us to love him, not
Mm-hmm.
what we can get, what he gives us.
Mm-hmm.
Just to love him. So that's how Paul could say, I'm content in whatever state I'm in,
Mm-hmm.
as long as I have that relationship with God.
Yeah. Like Job.
Yeah.
Ooh, wee, Jesus. How did he stay content with all the suffering he was going through and just loved God so much for it? For the trials and tribulations and the suffering. He still not his heart didn't change. He didn't get angry at God. He didn't stop talking to Jesus. Cause sometimes if I get mad at God, if I get mad at him, I will quit talking to him. Like I recently had done. So I'm like, dang, Jesus, dang, God, I'm doing everything. I'm reading my word, I'm studying, I'm talking to you multiple times a day. I'm reading multiple chapters in the Bible a day. But why are why you make me lose my taxes? Like when now I need a new car. It just be one thing after another. And I got mad at God. Like, I'm not talking to you today. I'm not reading your word today because I'm trying to chase you, but you not protecting me. But that goes back to what you were saying. Don't do it because of what he can give to you or do for you. Do it because that's where your heart is. And when your heart is right, everything else will fall into place.
And
You won't.
when you seek him, when you
Yes.
in those dark moments, that's the moment to seek him the most. So that
Mm-hmm.
he'll talk to you and tell you what to do. Sometimes he pushing you in a different direction when certain things happen.
Yep.
Sometimes he's saying, sometimes he could even be saying, it's time to go.
Yeah.
It's time to leave. It's time to pick up. It's time to do something new.
Mm-hmm.
Time to stop holding on to the same old thing. It's
Yeah.
time to leave Egypt.
Yeah. And to go with your first mind because I kind of think that be our spirits talking. Like when we get a feeling, well, they say it's intuition. But when we get those feelings or hear something like, I knew I should have did that, or something told me to go that way, or something told me not to do this or do that, I have to start listening to those moments where my body is telling me, like you said, when to go, when to leave, when to make this call, when to stand still, when to be quiet. Because we get those little urges.
That be discernment. God gives us discernment. He
Mm,
God gave us everything we need in our body.
yep.
Everything we need, we have. Just like the animals,
Mm-hmm.
everything we have, he gives us the spirit. It's a spirit of discernment. He also gave us the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit would talk to you and tell you, go that way, not that way. Because
Yeah.
it might be death that way, take this road.
Yep. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Different things that he'll tell you to do, and it's you do it.
We do it. Don't get upset for the detours. Don't get mad at the detours when you thought you should be going in this direction and then God blocks that direction. Like you said, I'm on my way to work. Oh no, the road is closed. What the heck? Now I got to turn around, go this way. But guess what? The other way, like you said, death was probably waiting on you. You could have had a 3-car pile up car accident or anything. You never know what could have happened to you taking that road. So that's another thing. Don't get lost, or don't get upset about a detour or redirection when things don't go the way you wanted them to go.
Right.
Learn.
We don't know what's best.
We don't know what's best. One thing you was talking and you was saying, we up close like this, so we can't see. We can't see the full picture. But God, he's sitting high. He got the bird eye view. He see things way before we can see them. So we so up close in our own little world, seeing things so close up front, we can't see what's really going on. We can't see what's about to happen in the next 15, 20 minutes. We don't know what's about to happen in the next 2 minutes, but he knows.
He knows what's going to happen 50 years from now. And the way your pivot might be the destiny for 50 years from now.
Yep.
We seeing this moment, but he's seeing 50 years from now. So
Yeah.
this is happening to you because I want you to go a different way.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not what you want, it's thy will be done.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I don't know. We don't know. Even my move here, we talk about that all the time. Me moving and all of my kids, all of my grandkids in Indianapolis. That was a big pivot. That was something that I didn't know. I was like, and I told God, I said, God, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whatever, if it's your will, I'll go. If not, stop it.
Yeah.
Because who would have thought I never wanted to live in Texas. That wasn't nothing on my radar, none of my life.
Right.
But God orders our steps.
Yeah.
That's why I'm always saying, Corie, come, come, come to Texas.
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about moving there seriously. I
Yeah,
just I just don't know how soon though, but sooner
get
than later.
some rest. Because that's what I needed. I
Yeah.
needed some rest. And God saw that I was tired. You know what I'm saying? Daddy had just passed, had been taking care of daddy, working, paying all the bills by myself. God knew I was tired.
Was a lot.
I was so tired. And now when I sit here, I'm not living in a mansion and not, but I'm not tired.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Sometimes we live so far beyond our needs and we're tired because
Mm-hmm.
we're trying to keep everything. We're trying to keep this, we're trying to keep that. And
Mm-hmm.
it tires you out
Does.
because you got to pay this, you got to pay. Sometimes we just need a break.
Yeah.
A break is not forever. Even if you just need a break, come to your mama house, get a break,
Yeah.
uh, pivot,
Yep.
and then keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Just a breath to not be worried about I gotta pay this, I gotta hurry it, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do that.
Yep.
We sometimes we put so much on ourselves, and it's like that's just when you have an option because everybody don't have an option.
Right. Yeah. That's right. That's
I,
true.
I didn't have an option
Yeah. That's
until
true.
now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
God puts people in your life to bless you.
I got invited to this conference yesterday, and I'm mad I missed it because I really wanted to go. And it was at a church, and it was all females. Like it was all black women. The pastor, she was a black woman. They were just, it was just all a group of black women, but a church family. And but she's one of our patients or whatever at the doctor's office. But whenever she comes in, we always talk and have nice conversations. She's like a middle-aged lady. And she was like, I'm gonna be speaking. Everything is free. I'm gonna start speaking at whatever, 11 o'clock. It's 10 to 3. And I really, really wanted to go to that. And I was talking to somebody about it, and and that person got so upset.
Why?
Yeah, saying that it was weird to be meeting people and to go to a church with somebody that I don't know. And I got so angry and I got so upset because this is a good cause. And the person was like, "You don't know what that sound like? You don't know what that sound like? That's a cult. That's a cult." I said, "That's not a cult." I said, "That's something that I need." I said, "I'll be in the house all day by myself doing absolutely nothing, working on nails." I said, "I need a good Christian community where I could be doing things with. When people I could talk to, if I feel like I'm having a hard time, somebody that can help, talk me through certain things or whatever."
It probably was something good for you at that conference because that devil in that person got mad. It was
So
it was a demon. It was a devil. That demon got so mad because you probably was gonna get a breakthrough. You probably was gonna get something like that. Uh, people invite people to church all the time.
that's what I
I
said.
do. I do. I'm not in a cult. I'll invite somebody to somebody else's church I'm going to or something. That's not a cult.
No, that's not a code. That's spreading God's love.
Yeah, that's the devil. That person is possessed.
That's exactly how I felt when he started getting mad about it. I'm like, what is wrong with that?
The
But
de- the devil is real, and people, just like people filled with the Holy Spirit, people are filled with demons.
the next event that they have, I'm going to it for sure because I wanted to go so bad yesterday. But my energy was just so low because I ain't been reading the Bible. It was just like a cloud over me yesterday. It was a beautiful day outside. But even Mookie, he came in the front room. He said, "Mommy, open up the windows. It's dark in here. We need some sunlight." It was like 3 p.m. And I got the blackout curtains. All the curtains was closed. When he came in here and said that, I said, "You are so right." I had to get up, open up all the blinds. I even had to crack the windows, get some fresh air and stuff in here. And
Because it's spiritual, because when you do seek your word, the enemy send people to you with spirits,
mm-hmm,
demonic spirits to put that cloud over you.
over you. Yep. I got up. We went and got us some Applebee's. We sat at the restaurant, ate, and then when we left, we called an Uber. And the Uber driver was playing some Christian music that I needed to hear. And I just been in a better mood ever since then. I had to get out it was like really a gray cloud. Our whole apartment was just dark.
And do you play gospel music around the house?
I haven't. I do. I used to, but ever since I ain't been chasing after God like I should, like I used to do. I haven't. I haven't been playing church music. I haven't watched no sermons. Probably about a month now. And within this month, I've been feeling empty. I've been feeling like I don't know what if I'm coming or going.
Because you got a gift. You got a gift. When I'm talking to you, Chenelle, I mean you have a gift. You be breaking down that word. You don't think you do as much as you do because we don't see the gift in ourselves. When people are called, you don't really see it like other people see it. But you be breaking down that word.
Hmm. Well, that's
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you do. And it's a gift, and the enemy sees that gift, and the enemy will never want you to take it that far.
Yeah.
Tell others about it, to be confident about it.
Yep.
Sometimes you got to break away from people like that. That ain't a friend who told you that. But sometimes you gotta leave dead things where they are.
Yes. 100%. Yeah. Gotta let that stuff go.
Yep, let the stuff go, let people go. I'll block. If I'm on the phone with somebody and I'm talking to them and they negative and stuff, or talking what they, I'll block them. Or I just won't never answer again. You'll never hear from me again because I'm trying to keep what's in me because I need it.
Right.
I need it to be happy. And I'm not gonna let, this is my life and I only get one.
That's right.
And I'm not gonna let nobody make me live sad.
Yeah, that's right. Or secluded, sad and secluded.
Yeah.
Like what?
No, the devil want to keep us in bondage.
Yes, that's right. Yep. Yep. And that's exactly how I felt when he started saying all that stuff, getting upset. I'm like, this is a church event. That's a cult. That is not no cult. It's a Christian church, and that's what I need in my life. A community of good Christian women that if I want to go to the movies, if I want to go out to eat, if I want to go shopping, I don't have to be doing that with my baby all the time.
Come to Texas, do it with your mama.
Period.
Period, fool. Yo, come to Texas, do it with your mama, girl.
Yeah. But the devil do be working. He be working. He be using these people as his little agents.
He a liar.
Is a liar. He is a lie.
Yeah, you gotta be careful who you let in your space because
100.
it's your peace.
Yes. 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 Yeah. And not only that too, but our children, like our babies, we gotta be careful who we let in our space for our kids too. Because kids already be knowing. I don't know, they little third eye already be open or what, but they be seeing things that we can't see, that I can't see.
God protects kids, and God is close to babies
Mm-hmm. Yep. And they know good spirits and good energies, and they know when something's not right or when something is off.
because they're innocent. They so innocent. So
Yeah.
that like Adam and Eve before the tree.
Mm-hmm.
So kids are like Adam and Eve before the tree. Kids are before the world gets them, before
Yeah.
the world takes their innocence, because that's
Yeah.
what the tree had to do with. The tree had to do with innocence.
Mm-hmm.
That tree was the knowledge of good and evil.
Yeah.
So when they ate from that tree, now they knew what good and evil was, and so it ruined their innocence. Kids
Mm,
are still innocent.
yeah.
So anything that's not innocent, they see. Anything
Mm,
that's not pure and good, they see.
yeah.
Nobody's been able to talk them out of their them hearing God, them
Yeah.
hearing the voice of God, their
Yeah.
discernment. Nobody's been able yet to tell them that's not God, that's you. What
Mm-hmm.
who you making that, ain't nothing wrong with that person,
Yeah.
but that as we grow older, then other people come in used by Satan to speak everything into our lives, and then
Yep.
innocent is gone. Our innocence is gone.
Yep. That reminds me of this movie that I just watched on Amazon Prime. It's called The Bag Man. So this monster, he's a human, he's a demon because he's super, super ugly, but he walks the streets. He's super, super ugly. His face is half, and he carries this big old bag over his shoulder. And he only take kids that play with toys. If you don't play with toys, he don't want you. But say so like Mookie, you know, he loved his Bosley. So if Mookie was to get rid of Bosley, then that little monster thing will come get him because he lost his innocence. His innocence is now gone because he don't play with toys no more. And he stuffs them in his bag and takes them to the dark side of the world. Take them to this dark cave and just cause turmoil in their life. Just cause turmoil in their life. Lose their jobs, lose their houses, and lose their family members.
And ain't that something how that is movies are really spiritual,
I believe it 100%.
telling the truth in a
Yeah.
form of entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we really do have to watch what we watch and what
Yeah.
our kids watch. They
Yeah.
say Disney is the worst.
Really?
Oh, yeah, they say Disney is the worst, very demonic. A lot of people say that,
Wow.
even people in Hollywood. I mean, that people that came out of it.
Yeah.
Even like Avatar, a lot of people say that was demonic, but a lot of people that didn't had demonic experiences with demons,
Yeah.
they've seen demons that are blue and are look just like the avatars.
Wow.
Well, they say these people have demonic experiences and they put them into the movies. That a
Yeah.
lot of that stuff is really real stuff that we watch.
I 100% believe that. 100%. But they don't want the world to be too woke, so they got to put it in movies and in films.
And in cartoons and things like that to try to get the babies early, to try,
Mm-hmm.
the innocence.
Mm-hmm. This lady was going crazy telling her story on YouTube about how she had to make her son stop watching YouTube because he would be up all night watching YouTube, binge watching. And she said some nights he'll just come in her room and he'll be crying. And she like, "What's wrong, baby? What's wrong?" And he's like, "Nothing, mommy. Are you going to die? Are you going to die?" And she like, "Baby, we all got to die one day." So one day she said something just told her to go on his iPad. So she went on his iPad and it was a cartoon. It wasn't even a person. She said it was a cartoon telling the little kids, grab three of your friends and run outside in front of a car. All you three, yeah, she said three. The cartoon was like, you and your friends hold hands and just run. As soon as you see a car, run in front of it. And then another video was like, when your mommy goes to sleep, go in the kitchen, get a knife, and just start stabbing her with it. And the little boy was crying. He was like, "Mommy, I don't want you to die. I don't want you to die." And she was like, "Baby, I'm not gonna die. I'm gonna die one day, but not today." And yeah, he was getting that stuff from YouTube.
Social media is the devil. You know, it's
Yes,
being used by the enemy. That's why we have to get on here and use it for the kingdom of God.
100%.
Because people get mad. A lot of people when I'm on here or when I do my live, if people be on making comments, they be so mad. But I just ignore them because I know it's the devil.
Yep. Demonic spirits. They just want to see negativity, evil stuff.
Sex, negativity,
Yeah.
fight, cussing. Just, you can get on there all day and do that stuff, but positive, talking about God, bringing more of the kingdom to the internet.
Mm-hmm.
A lot
That,
of people don't like that. Well, the devil don't like that.
right. The demons, devil workers don't like that.
Right. Yeah, but we do got to be careful because now the enemy has it so to keep everybody mind and eyes on social media, TikTok, this, always never on God, always on these other things because you don't have time to be thinking about God because now they want you to be in the algorithm. So you
Mm-hmm.
gotta you gotta look, you gotta engage, you gotta watch videos so you can get your following up. So you on there. I see people on TikTok live when I say for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Every time you log on, they're live, meaning they never got off.
And that's because they chase the money. And you're not supposed to chase money. You're supposed to attract it. You're not supposed to chase those things. You're only supposed to chase after the Lord, after Jesus. You're not supposed to chase nothing else. So
And
they
he
don't
will
even.
give you everything else. Like this word said, he will give you the land. He will
Yep,
bless you.
yep. Them people that be on TikTok live for hours and hours, they don't even like it. They dread doing it, but they doing it because they done made that the number one priority in their life. They made that an important part of their life to keep them sustainable, to keep them going.
I ain't doing it.
Mm-mm.
I ain't
And
doing
it's almost like a cult. That's what's like a cult. Like these YouTube children and stuff, they don't be wanting to do all that. So once their parents see how much money it generates, they start making their kids do that. Oh, I'm quitting my job. We're going to be a YouTube kid. And these kids just want to be kids. They want to play. They
yeah.
don't always want that 24/7, 24 hours all the time.
Right.
But they going to do it for the money. And
Right.
you to do that. You're not supposed to chase money. Money is the root of all evil.
And if you on there all day like that, you not thinking that you ain't reading, you ain't praying, you ain't studying, you ain't doing nothing.
Absolutely
But
nothing,
you leading people.
nothing productive. Just time. Your time just dwelling it. You're not gonna get that time back. So what are you really doing for you, for yourself, other than trying to make a few dollars, trying to make some money? But that's not doing nothing for your mental. That's not doing nothing for your health. That's not doing nothing for your afterlife. Unless you using the platform like you using it in a way to speak God's word and God's truth. But if you're doing it for any other reasons, then at the end of the day, you're going to be doomed.
Yeah.
You're going to be doomed.
Dun, 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 dun.
Them Facebook people, and it's an addiction like sugar and stuff. It's a high. People get a high off scrolling to see something negative, or they having a bad day. Oh, I need to laugh. I'm not going to read my Bible. I'm going to just get on Facebook and see if somebody can make me laugh. See if I see something funny. Or, oh, I feel bad about my life. Let me see if someone's doing worse, reading people negative stories and sharing it and stuff. Then you get addicted to scrolling. You can't take care of your kid because you're scrolling. You can't help your kid with their homework because you're scrolling. You can't cook a decent meal because you're scrolling. You can't engage with your spouse because when y'all sit down together, you grab your phone, you scrolling. When y'all sit down to eat some dinner, you grab your phone, you scrolling. You can't even drive your car because you scrolling. You know
It's a trick
that
of the enemy.
100%.
Mind totally somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And the internet is raising the kids.
Mm-hmm.
The iPads, the phones, raising the kids, and you always on social media. You're totally blind to whatever's going on. And you don't care. You don't care about nothing but getting on there, getting your views up, getting your followers up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wake up. The first thing you do is grab for social media.
Grab your phone. Yep. You go to the bathroom, you grab your phone. And it's crazy how it has so much control over that's the devil. So much control over so many people's lives in so many different countries, continents, all over the world. Africans, they sitting outside with nothing. They don't even got no food, but they got their phone on Facebook recording them eating all this, you know,
Yeah.
it's ruling. It's ruling. It's making it trying to make itself bigger than God,
Yeah.
bigger than because it's ruling and controlling a mass of people of the world. Yeah. And got these Donald Trumps and whoever the Facebook dude is, all in our lives, controlling our finances, and telling you when to post. Oh, you need to post 17. You got weekly challenges. Do this today. Do this tomorrow. Do this. Do that. I'm not about to do it.
More loyal to social media than God.
You got a covenant to social media.
Oh,
Yep. Like social media gonna save you at the end. The last days, you gonna be running to Facebook instead of trying to get to God, instead of praying, dropping to your knees. You gonna sit down and scroll.
girl. See, I'm telling you, preaching. You preaching. That's true. A covenant with
Mm-hmm.
social media. And that's so true because I get on there. I try to post 2, 3 times a day at least. That's
Me too. I try to meet my little weekly challenges.
Lord help us, forgive us, Lord. I don't want to be in covenant with you, Jesus.
Yes, Lord Jesus. Break any other covenant.
Yeah, break those covenants. Oh, it went out. Oh, she'll be back. She'll get back on. Maybe her phone went, but that was such a great episode, a great talk. I'm gonna wait for a minute to see if she comes back because we had so much more to talk about. I can talk to my baby forever though, but that is so important that we spend time with God and not all of our time on social media, making covenants with social media. Okay, well, that is this episode of Warm Embrace. Thank you for joining. Like, subscribe, hit the bell. Corie was disconnected somehow, maybe something going on with her internet, but I thank you for joining, listening. Oh, she's back.
Sorry, Mom, my phone died.
That's what I said. Your phone probably died. I'm gonna edit that out though anyway, but
Mookie was mad.
huh?
I said Mookie was mad. He said, "You should have been charging your phone." I said, "I'm sorry." I said, "That was a good conversation." He said, "Yes."
Listen this. But yeah, well that we didn't talk about everything, but this was good because you just get on there and going, and we did that.
Okay, good. Good.
So this can be the end of it. We talked about a little everything. So we're just embracing who we are at the moment.
Yes, and
'Cause-
where we are.
and where we are at the moment.
That's right.
And that it's going to be ups and downs, but those ups and downs is to take us where God is taking us to a better place.
Because he don't like quitters.
He don't like quitters, and he wants us to depend on him.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes he let us be hungry so he can feed us.
That's right.
And that we need to be aware of the covenants that we're making because we're making covenants without knowing that we are making covenants. So the only covenant that we want is the covenant with God. So again, thank you for joining Warm Embrace Podcast, a podcast for women everywhere. And I'll see you our next episode. Be blessed. Please like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell so I can keep bringing you good content. God bless.